This is Ashton Bizard, and this is my final project. This is an illustration of Psalm 1. One that I did because I've been reading that psalm a lot lately. I'll go ahead and play the program, then I'll show you my code first sequentially, and then I'll go through the requirements and show you them in order. Here I'm clicking that is the end of my program. Alright. Button that. So these comments I have up here are messages letting you know that I've fulfilled those requirements. They couldn't be very easily placed anywhere else, which is why they're right here. So here we have the title scene, where I have the two characters studying together. And then the scene changes to the school scene, which is that scene out in the hallway. The text appears and Alice moves towards the girl. She starts talking to her. And then she moves closer, starts talking again. And then we have another scene change. This is the house scene, where you could click on just anything to make... Actually, that isn't true. You click on the blackout square, but the person watching will likely not know about the blackout square. So here I have her reading. Then the scene changes to my tree scene, where the tree grows here. No, grows here. Then the apples grow. And this is laid out in such a way that those events happen together. This for sky set showing to true is a line of code that allows a background in a different scene to appear, where if it was appearing before, it would have cut into another scene. we have a scene change, and then it's the chaff scene. So we have my text happening at the same time as the action, where my katana is slicing the saplings or my dead trees, the chaff. Then there's this last scene change into the city scene, where the light shines on the church, and then the city around it is destroyed. The smoke here appears here, and then disappears here. Now I will show you the requirements and how they are fulfilled in order. So first is the array, which is right here. My apples growing on my tree. Have them set so that they grow one after the other on the tree. Then my new procedure / method requirement is fulfilled with my custom method girl read, which is right here. But I have two other new methods created for this project. Then my use of functions requirement is fulfilled with in the title scene, which is right here, my randomizer, my joining at string, my location. Those are all plucked from the function tab over here. Then my one event listener requirement is fulfilled here. When the mouse is clicked on my blackout square, it will do happy sky change, which turns the sky to night here, and turns the sky to day here. We will have to open that later again. Alright. I did not have a ask user for info requirement fulfilled here, so we will move on. Multiple objects moving is way down here. That is my buildings. I use a list, and that list will bring down the buildings 13 years to make them look like they are sinking into the ground, being destroyed. Then my sound is played whenever my katana is slicing the trees. And opening that method, I have FUD2 playing right here. We'll have to open that later as well. Alright, set vehicle. Scroll all the way up to the top. So, throughout this program, I have two things following the camera, because their vehicle is set to the camera. I have a dialogue stir, which will read out the song, and I have a blackout square, which will turn dark, or I'll increase the opacity whenever the camera moves to make the transition between scenes a little cleaner. And then it will return to 0% opacity, which is why that is the object clicked here with the mouse. Right. Next is math, and that is right here. My multiplication done with my variables right here. Right, and then if else is right here, where if my variable happy sky day or night is set to true, it will turn to night, set that to false. So then this will read it again when the mouse is clicked, and it will see that it's false, and switch over to this else part of this if else statement. We'll turn it back to true. Close that, and we'll go down to girl read for my loop, which is right here. So here I have my loop. The girl just turns her head right to left to make it look like she's reading the book. In my non-trivial scenes, the camera just moves through scenes and objects move in and out of the screen, or out of the camera view to make things more interesting. This one variable was in Sketch, and also right here. The happy sky is right here. So that is my Boolean variable for that. Then I need at least one parameter. My parameter is down here. That is slice width. This decides what the katana slices. I have it slicing a circle that I have underneath each sapling. Or there are 3 circles that I have set to false to make it look like the sword is actually slicing the tree, rather than having it set to sapling, just watching the katana spin around the tree without actually touching it. And I have that at least 3 camera movements requirement fulfilled in having 6 movements in total. And then finally, proximity is right here. So I have Alice moving forward, and she moves forward as much as her distance is from the girl. And then I have -1 meter here to keep her from getting on top of the girl object. Here I would have used depth, but Alice was a little bit too close for society, for anything to be socially comfortable in that interaction. So that is the end. Thank you very much.